Yo everybody, it's Heat Override and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. Ooh yeah, we're calling it a recurse. We're going back in time. We're going back to my second episode ever. And that is when I revealed my Furious 5. I have made a change to this list. And that change is because one of the rappers kind of has really been a big part of my life for the last 20 years or so. And at the same time, the other one's kind of just faded and been like kind of an actor. And no knock to him. I mean, he doesn't slip out of the top 10. But I have to put somebody there that I feel right now who is releasing music every single day this week. So let's get to it. Oh yeah! What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's been a week. Did my Bobby Brown episode last week. You should go check that out. But right now, we're here to redo my Furious 5. 4 are the same. 1 has left. But let's talk about it. You know, rap for a lot of us could be hip-hop, rap, whatever you want to call it. But when I was growing up, I started out as like kind of a hair dude. Kind of like listening to Hair Nation, or not Hair Nation, but my first band that I fell in love with was like Motley Crue, Twisted Sister. I listened to Bon Jovi. I loved Metallica. I loved a lot of these bands growing up. And then, eventually, of course, we already know I love Rob Zombie. And most of you will have a cheat sheet if you went back in time and checked out that second episode. But at 7 minutes and 50 seconds, I can't even breathe in that amount of time. And that's the funny thing about it. Oh, yeah! I don't know how I pulled that off, but I was just starting. It was my second episode ever, and that's why, I'll probably go back and redo, I wouldn't say all of my podcasts, but I'll probably redo my first one, and that was my Ultimate Sinner, where I revealed my 5 rock songs that meant something to me. I'm pretty sure that stays the same, but this time out, something had to change. So I catch a lot of heat when everybody talks about like who's my, top 10, top 5, and who is really in my top 5. So I catch heat for not even having Biggie even in there. But, just because you know Biggie doesn't mean that I did. I was a whole nother thing. And you got to think, too, a lot of music was kept from us. So, like, living in Erie, PA, we only had media play at the very end that would carry West Coast music before, like, the internet and YouTube all blew up and things like that. But when you had to go buy a CD, that's where you went. Walmart doesn't carry, Spice One. They don't. They never will. I mean, maybe they do on the west side, but not over here in Erie, PA. Ooh, yeah. So, that being said, that's what it's about. And, Rakim. No disrespect. I love Rakim. He is so solid, but I did not have that man's tape back in the day. I didn't have the CD, and I knew it. I listened to it, but I just didn't have it. So it's exposure. So this is my opinion. What? I said my opinion. Ooh yeah. So, when you're talking about best rappers ever, you immediately think of like Pac, Biggie, people say Andre 3000, Rakim, the list goes on, Big Pun if you like that style, people like Apache. It just, there's so many different ways, because you gotta remember when you see those like top 50 rappers, like when they released that list about a year ago, and they did top 50, and there's putting girl rappers on there, and Spice One didn't make it. Wait a minute. Spice One. Okay, well, brother. So, that being said, you have to go back on yourself. You have to think about these things. This was me. This is what I had access to at that time in my life. Because we couldn't just go. I wasn't old enough. I couldn't go to the store and just buy it. And your parents wouldn't go buy that, but parents back then they didn't really care, because we was already listening to Kiss and things like that. Hell yeah! And so let's think about that. So back in the day, we had MTV, who played music back then, and we had the box. So we had this. It was pretty much like the jukebox. You had a little call-in service, and you would call in, and you'd be like, "Yo, I want," you could buy one song for I think it was like $1 or $2 or something. But I think it was like $5, and you got like 6 songs, or $3, and you got 5 songs, something. They had a cool little thing like that. Hell yeah! So when we were doing that, they would just charge that fee to your phone, which, I mean, I got in trouble after a while, because I would just want to hear a song, and you would go to MTV, and you'd just be waiting video after video after video, and they'd be like, oh yeah, Bobby Brown's on, hell yeah, because if it ain't good enough, baby, I'll look harder, I'll be watching for those Spice One videos, blow, so,
oh yeah!
But again, back to it, that's all we had. So, that being said, it was one of those things you really, rap for me after coming out of hair metal was kind of like because of Bobby Brown. So, Bobby Brown, of course, in a lot of his songs would rap, like Every Little Step. The minute he comes, it just made me feel good. Plus, it was the New Jack Swing, it had that great sound, Bobby was dancing around, and I wanted to be Bobby Brown. Like, that's what it is. That's why you gotta go check out that last Bobby Brown episode. He's my dude, man. I really respect that dude. I know a lot of you don't, but that's okay. That's why he ain't your dude and he's my guy.
Ooh, yeah.
So check it out. In the 80s music, so I was listening to Chicago, Run DMC, and, one day at the YMCA, right? Me and my brother and my dad, we all went, and we got lockers. Everybody gets their own locker, right? So I open up this locker, and I'm like, yo, there's a tape in here, Tommy. And Tommy's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, there's a tape. So it's a Cool J Rap and DJ Polo.
What?
I said, Cool G Rap and DJ Polo. You got that, people? Ooh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So this is like my first kind of exposure to, like, I can say, like, this is more like, I always look for like an East Coast mentality, but it was kind of like a New York kind of cool. It was nice. It was great. I was like, well, whatever, just take it home, we'll listen to it. Yo, we put that shit in, and it was fucking fire right from the go.
Ooh, yeah!
We were hearing words we couldn't even say. And so we didn't play this around my parents. We couldn't. How could you play, songs that say fuck or motherfucker or blow his brains off or shit like that? Like, I remember this one time he was like, there was this break, and this is where I started falling in love with breaks, when they would like stop the beat and they would come rapping back in, and DJ Polo did that well, but Cool G Rap the shit out of this motherfucking song. So get this shit real. Ooh yeah, like what? Real. And DJ Polo, they were so good. So we listened to the CD, and I'm like, damn, I love some rap, yo. So like DMC and Digital Underground, and I started listening to 2 Live Crew. Of course, I couldn't get my hands on 2 Live Crew much because parents kind of knew that was it. But Pete Rock and CL Smooth, and I loved it all. Me and my friends at this time, we was walking around with boom boxes.
What?
We was walking around, with home systems, talking about our home systems, 24 CD changer. That shit was lit back in the day.
Ooh, yeah.
But, and then one day I was at home, and Spice One came on. It was the video. It was so great, and I was blown away by the old school beat, and and then eventually how they popped in as the black and white. This was my first real introduction to rap, since I didn't own an NWA album. I just didn't. Actually, the one I got of NWA was right after Ice Cube left, after he dropped No Vaseline on those asses.
Hell yeah!
Which is why I loved Ice Cube. Ice Cube was great, and I loved his Lethal Injection CD. Like, I played that CD all the time, and I loved when he did his thing with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Wicked. That shit was just fucking lit, and they were just smashing glass, and Flea was flying around in that motherfucking video. But that's what it was about. It was about the collabs. It was about fun. It was about, Walk This Way with Aerosmith and Run DMC, and then, of course, you had the Furious Five. You had LL Cool J. I walked around one Saturday, on Hot Saturday, with a lawnmower when I got my LL Cool J tape, and I played Mama Said Knock You Out all day long, all night long, because that's what we did back in the day. We didn't have all these tools that would just take us away from that. We would just literally play a CD all day. That's the rule, actually. When DJ Magic Mike would always drop a CD back in the day, it didn't leave my deck for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and that's no fucking lie. Seriously, that man gets a ton of respect from me because he creates music, and he's the one that really is the big key to sending me down the electric side of things because of the way he would make those records talk to you, the way he made the record talk. Just amazing. He's the best. And if you don't know DJ Magic Mike, what's wrong with you? Go look him up, man. Drop the bass on the part 2 tip. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah!
So, that being said, we had to, I had to figure other ways to get my music. And DJ Polo, or Cool J Rap and DJ Polo started that shit right off. So then from there, I started acquiring tapes, and things kind of worked out. So without further ado, I don't want to keep it too long. I want to roll this out really nice for you people. I want to keep it a nice, short, and sweet. Because I'm going to throw this up on my article that I left on fanlink.com. You want to go check that out. Part of the Elite Fantasy Network. Stay tuned. They got some big changes coming. And then I also want to throw what's up to the Idiotville podcast. I'm also going to throw one out to Rebel Scum podcast. Also, Flying Casual podcast. Always listen to Tommy G on No Mercy. That's where you get your conspiracies. But they're not really conspiracies because everything comes true. Dude's Nostradamus. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah!
And, that it just stops. Like Pot of Thunder. Great music. I can't wait till those dudes kick something to the side and they get my Spice One song because they will never think the same again. They did a Willie D song, like Rodney King. And they were like, whoa. I'm like, whoa? I didn't even really care about Willie D at this point. Like, when Spice One was just, Tupac, I didn't care. So let's get to it. Number 5. The Locksmith. From Sacramento. He's the dude. He is the dude, man. Check it out. He's an underground rapper for the most part. The number 5 spot actually belonged to Ice Cube. And again, as I said, NWA, No Vaseline, I couldn't get enough. But enter the Locksmith, who is an amazing lyricist. Like, nobody right now can hold a candle to him. I seriously. Like, maybe King Lost could. That's really the only dudes really that can. And if you do watch DJ Slay and when they do the 5 Bars of Death or any other shows that always have these people where they just throw beats out and they make people freestyle to those beats, you get the sense. And only so many people do that. And I'm telling you right now, King Lost, I'll throw him out one too. He's really cool. Hey, fireworks. But Locke is the dude. Locke is the main guy. So, that's a big thing for me. When I first discovered him, it was MTV Rap Battles when he went up against Rain Man. Clearly whooped his ass, but MTV wanted him, Rain Man to win. So he moved on from there. And he created Frontline with his longtime friend Left. So that being said, this was one of those things to where when I started watching, trying to find music, you weren't going to find this music right then and there. Like,
what?
No chance at all of finding this music. And that just means that you had, and with no link to Erie, you had nothing. You had nothing. So I was on LimeWire this one time, right? And this song popped up. I found it. It was, Frontline. It was called What Is It? And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Let's check it out. Right from the go. EA Ski. Oh, okay. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. So, after we did the whole, the minute the whole EAC started coming on, he comes straight in. And he goes, now what do we have here? A do weapon to bang. And I was like, what? What? Literally, he just said that there was just an amazing thing happening. Yo, what's up? Chrissy Ray, you done? Ho! Alright, just taking them little hits. Yo, we had a C-Ray. She's doing a live for her paparazzi anyway. Things are always live with the bring the pains! Ooh, yeah! So, that's what caught me and my brother-in-law Josh's ears. And the beat was solid, so we had to immediately go find more beats. We had to go find more, man. And, you know, we did. We found more, but not much. But then we linked up with him on, like, started following him on, like, you know, Facebook and, you know, not so much Facebook. Twitter really is what did it for me. Twitter gave me the link to Locke. And he's so humble to his people, too. Let me just say that. Like, he literally he responds. He'll retweet if he can. Nobody's perfect, but hey, you know what? Just to get that. I watched the dude today, right? He was like, whoa, Locksmith retweeted me. I was like, dude, he's so cool. And that is why. He's amazing. But he's more amazing because of his lyrics he spits, the message he sends when he spits. So let's give you a little backstory. You know, I said Sacramento. That was completely wrong. I was being a dumbass. Fucking fool I am. Ha! Richmond, California. That's where he is. And he's half Persian, half African American. So he's got distinct nationalities that allows him to be diverse in the way he delivers any song. I mean, this week alone, he's literally put out 2 to 3 songs that are completely related to what's going on in the world right now. And they're fire. And if you go listen to them, I posted one of them down below. This was the other song he listed the other day. And it's called Pandemic. And, you know, so this give him. And this just kind of always got me in my thing. So, that being said, his message he always sends is the status quo. But he doesn't do that all the time. In his song Special Lady, he mentions his mom, who passed in 2010. That was only a year after my mom passed. When I first heard that in 2010, it almost broke my heart. Because, you know, when he's like, I look this guy, I love you, Mom. Like, what? What? And then you hear him spitting away about all these things. And if you know his entire catalog, you know great rap. You know great lyrics. Nobody. This guy is a killer on the fucking mic. He will slice you apart. I swear to God he will. He's so good. And again, I found him so long ago. And that is why he's my number 5. He's my number 5 because he releases music now. He doesn't sound like this mumble rap bullshit, stupid ass beat. These punks show up at gas stations and shit playing the worst music I've ever heard in my entire life. And they go, well, you're just being old and you don't want to give anything a change. Like, what? What? Change. Change is a beat that goes doom, 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 right? And then the guy's like, Then he does that Jim Jones shit where he's like, hey. I'm like, what? I don't even know you anymore, man. You ain't a rapper. Locke don't do that. Locke says more in one song than a mumble rapper actually says in his entire album. What? Like, literally, the entire album is way not less. So, that's why he's my number 5. He is the true definition of fucking hip-hop. And I'm sorry, Locke, you catch this and I mentioned that Sacramento and you made it this far. I'm really sorry, man. Really sorry. Hey, I can't be perfect, but I know how to
bring the pain.
So again, back to his Twitter. You guys gotta go check out Locksmith. Go follow him on Twitter, man. At I am Lock. Like, go to his pages, go to his websites. I am Lock, and you will learn about him. You will learn about the things he's been. And to this day, I want to hear a third verse to that. You know, that song, Special Lady, because you know he talks about his girl, talks about his mom, and it could be at any point. It could always be a different. You know, you relate to any of these songs. It's just amazing, and I just want to hear it because you know I know that man cares a lot in this life. Yeah, that's what's up with Locke, but that's why he deserves the spot. He slayed DJ Slay's 5 bars of death twice ate that shit up. You know, he eats it for breakfast. So you go check out this link. I'll link it below with my podcast. Yeah, go check that out on FanLink because that's what I'm throwing those videos up, man. That's what I do. Okay? So let's move along. Number 4. Tretch from Naughty by Nature, in my opinion, is the most overlooked because he was part of a group. I mean, Vinny's crazy good. Vinny is crazy good. But, yo, man, Tretch was not only one of, because you got OPP, that was my middle school years, right? Because they were down with OPP, and, we was all running around, and we were talking about, it means other people's penis, and other people's pussy, and like, what? Oh, yeah, wait till the end. If y'all listen to my Spice One, So, he just means business. I wanted to have that massive chain around my neck. Yo, he was hardcore. Like, he didn't even care in the way he rapped. Yo, his hands moved. If you watch Tretch in his videos, it's insane. You know he means business. It's a masterpiece. He's like a composer orchestrating a masterpiece as he's spitting at you. And I'm a sucker for breaks, yo. When he comes at one point, he's like, swinging like a boomerang, make love and stuff, doing what the coochie thing, monkey see, monkey do. And that's when Vinny comes in, and I'm just like, yeah. He's like, individuals, go, what? Like, I can't even with this. And I can't give it to the group, but Tretch is more my style. Love you, Vinny, though. Vinny. So, you get to the thing, you get OPP. And he paved my way for my middle school years and a lot of other people. We got Everything's Gonna Be Alright, Garger Grill, my personal favorite Umtown anthem. I love that song. Yo, and that's just the first CD, right? Then you get to the 1993 CD. Oh my God, right? And right from there, it's Hip Hop Hooray! Yo! Hey! Oh! Yeah, that's up, right? And then you got Written on Your Kitten. Oh. Like, go listen to Written on Your Kitten. It's just vicious. It's savage. But guess what? It sounds good. The hoods come first. It's great. Great song. But, video I linked up with my fan link right there. Once again, it's on. How it starts with that old guy. This kid come out and he goes, who's that? He goes, that's Naughty by Nature. Right? And then Tretch comes out that wall. And he's like, once again, it's on. And within three sentences, he got Astro Train rap.
What?
Like he know about Transformers.
What?
Like he, ooh yeah, and through the ways, yeah, it's the Autobot, yeah. Like it's crazy. Like how do you just come with that, right? And you get that, immediately you get that New York vibe. You get, it's just the heartbeat. And you get that, I can't, if you guys did never listen to these songs, you need to go listen to Naughty by Nature. It's on, like, how, if you can't feel that song, I'm sorry. Then you don't feel rap. You don't feel real rap. You don't feel real hip hop. You might not be alive. You might be a simulation, honestly, because I don't understand how you can listen to that song. You can't fucking feel that fucking song. Plus 1993, I fucking played that CD everywhere. I literally probably played Hip Hop Hooray Out. I know I played Hip Hop Hooray Out for my friends because they were really pissed every time. But again, you get to the Poverty's Paradise. It keeps it coming. Well, clap your hands and feel me flow, like great beats. And then you got the raw kick, click out. And then you're like, yo, you're safe, right? You're safe, right? You're going to make it through, right? And then he drops the craziest. That's like my fucking favorite song. I mean, fuck. I think I'm the craziest motherfucker you'll ever meet. I'm not crazy. We're just going to have a lot of fun and drink a lot of beers. Ooh, yeah. And have a lot more fun. And then you move it along. You get to the next CD, and you got Jamboree. You got Thugs and Hustlers with Crazy Bone, and this is where they really started doing collabs. So on this CD, you get Big Pun, Next, Zane, even Master P and the No Limit Soldiers make a scorching appearance at that time. This is why Tretch is my number one. He blazed trails in the hip-hop game and has set the tone for years. Every time I tell somebody that he's on the list, they never argue with me because everybody knows Naughty by Nature's run with those 4 albums, between like 90 and 99, 2000, whatever, it's hard to duplicate. The hits they had, gold. It's great. Thank you, Naughty by Nature. Ooh yeah, it's on. Number 3, Method Man makes my list for so many reasons. I'm not going to sit here for a day and list them all from the start. I was a huge Wu-Tang fan. Loved chess. The song came on, Mystery of Chess Boxing. I was out. I had to do it. I was like, oh my God. So I went and bought their shit. And I'm also a huge Mandarin film advocate. Like, if you go upstairs, I got like 200 Mandarin films, all from like Jet Li, Jackie Chan, all that. And those, and me and my friends, we would sit up like on Tuesdays before we played No Mercy all night until Wednesday, and we would drink beers and watch whatever game or whatever movie I bought that day. So like if I bought like Fist of Legend or something, we'd watch it, drink some beers, and those ones, like the Jet Li ones, they're more serious. You don't really get too many, let's say, funny quotes. Now you go back to the old ones, and the Wu-Tang exploited that. They put that shit in their music. They put clips in their music, and it starts out, it's like a sword fight is like a chess game. You must think first, hey, before you move. That's it. You can't beat it. But then you got more than that. You got cash rules everything around me. Cream with the money. Dollar bill, y'all. And you get your protect your neck. And then, of course, you get Method Man. M-A-T-H-O-D, man. M-A-T-H-O-D, man. M-A-T-H-O-D, man. Here I am, the Method Man. Then he goes single. Comes straight out with You're All That I Need, with the remix version, too. Because the other one's alright, but... Oh, man, Mary J. coming in there with them things. You're all that I need. And then he just runs out. Full time saying, need me. It's you and me in my world. I'm messing it up. But that's all right, because, I just sat here writing this whole story down, and I'm coming in, and you get exactly what I'm saying. And that was when he went solo, I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, it was a big thing. So, I started listening, and I was, and the chorus line, too. The chorus line. Ah, man. It's, you can't even say, like, it was like, he just blurts anything out. And I have to say this right now, right from the go, one of my favorite songs, and why you're listening to this podcast, hopefully, is Bring the Pain! Yes!
Bring the pain!
Yes. I come to bring the pain, hardcore. And then when he's in the chorus, this is what I'm talking about. So I try to set you up for. He's like, is it real, y'all? Yes, it is. Is it real, y'all? Is it real, y'all? Is it real? Oh! Method's the shit. He's fucking so good. And, he may not be as much of a lyricist as Locksmith, but he commands the stage when he raps. He's an amazing person. Mr. Johnny Blaze, just bringing the pain. Oh yeah! His collab albums with Redman. What more can you say? He's putting out single albums. He's putting out albums with Redman. He's putting out albums with the Wu-Tang Clan. What more do you want from my number 3 rapper other than for him to bring the pain? Oh yeah! Alright, let's move along. Number two. Alright, you ready? Tupac. Why wouldn't it be? It's Tupac. Why? I mean, I first knew him through Digital Underground, right? But then, it kind of came out. So I kind of missed his first CD, really. But I have it. So, and I knew it. I knew, like, Brenda's Got a Baby and all that stuff. But it was one of those things that I just didn't have access to. At that point, I was still trying to get access, So it was like, really, like 92, 93, I just could just buy anything. Because I was like old enough and I could get this shit myself, right? So, and then, of course, we had the Lie on Columbia's house. And then we got them CDs sent to us for like 20 cents. And then we never really bought anything else unless they ever threw that one. If you buy this CD for $9.95, you only have to buy 2 more for the rest of the year. Oh, that's easy, right? So I did that. I'd be out the door $20. I'd never buy those other 2 CDs. Who did? I don't even think anybody bought those other CDs for $5.99 each. $5.95. I don't even know if that's $5.95. But if it is, that's a hell of a memory.
Bring the pain!
So, his blazing style caught my ear right from the go with them. And of course, I had no idea he was going to be a megastar. Nobody did. I mean, he was just, Humpty was the dude. And then all of a sudden, I gotta say, in my opinion, if he was around today, these mumble rappers wouldn't even exist.
Hell
like, seriously, you think Tupac would let these motherfuckers, like, hang? They'd be like, blah, blah, blah. I'm over here. I'm over there. I'm everywhere. Tupac would have just he would have been like, yo, bitch ass motherfucker, and you need to get shanked. There's no reason for you, like I say 3,000, like you go hit him up, he would have hit them up. Literally hit them up. He'd have threw him off stage. He'd have pulled a Chuck D. So, woo! And I gotta mention Public Enemy as well, too. They definitely deserve bass. How low can you go? I mean, and then I saw, because of MTV, I Get Around on, and I was in love with Tupac then. That was it. Once I saw, I Get Around, and to this day, man, just the raps and how it comes in, fingertips on the hips as I get a tight grip, loose lips ain't shit. Like, what? That's why I fell in love with him. And then from there, I mean, you could just say the West Coast music was so big right then. I mean, you got Holler If You Hear Me, personal favorite. Got the video on that link, man. Check it out. Deadly Venoms with Tretch. Okay, now you're talking about I'm getting some of my favorite rappers rapping together. I mean, this is like the ultima, the everything of all creation. Getting my favorite rappers rapping together. He pretty much started the East versus West Coast rap, and he owned that shit. He got that shit and it was done. I mean, so many tears were shed as he wrote songs like Dear Mama and Me Against the World in these years that he could do no wrong until that fateful night in Las Vegas. The only thing he really probably did wrong, even though he lived other stuff, he really, really could have did so much more, but you know what? That's not the way it is. And even after he passed, songs that, he pre-recorded and things like that, like Changes still is true today. Go listen to Changes. Just listen to it. How can you turn that fucking song off? And if you're a Biggie dude and you gonna hate on Tupac, you listen to Changes and you still say that Tupac sucks, you fucker, man. Fuck you. Like, Tupac's the shit. That's why I never really got into Biggie, because by the time Biggie got hot, Tupac was dead. I didn't care about Biggie. And yeah, I listened to Juicy and all that stuff, and he's not bad, but he ain't making my top 10. Believe me, there's a lot more people that deserve that. A lot of people that I bought albums for, that I listened to, that I liked. Just, again, it's about exposure. For me, Tupac was a rebel in the rap game when they needed one. He was outspoken, and that's why it helped me today. Because then during this time, I was, changing. I was becoming a young man, and I was still like a little boy from school, kind of. But I listened to all this stuff while I was in school, and I was moving up, and everything was going great, and I was in high school, and this really taught me how to speak up for myself and everything like that. On top of my mom too, she's a big reason. Let's get to it. Let's get to number 1. Spice One. You like that? Spice One, Tupac, 1, 2. That's why I can't change it around, but Spice One is literally, anybody who knows me, they know I love Spice One. People look at me, believe I don't know Spice. They don't even know how I know Spice One. I first discovered Spice One watching The Box. That's when I saw it, like as I said earlier, like, it was dumping him in ditches. He was typing with that little thing, and then it came off as and he was like, rat to the tat. That's how I start this. I'm gonna start this off, and I'm like, oh shit. And then he stuttered. He literally fucking stuttered. And of course, I knew about Welcome to the Ghetto. Of course, I did. Just like early Tupac, but I didn't have access to it then.
Ooh yeah.
And then I did, right? So, that was the first thing. The minute that beat dropped, that freaking that little hook he got going, I lost all creation. I don't even know. He gave me a headgasm. Like, he literally fucking put me in a fucking headgasm. And I mean, he's driving around with these old Al Capone cars.
Hell yeah!
Shooting. He's just letting stutter after stutter go, and I'm like, whoa, he's stuttering so much. This is amazing. And video, and at the end, and then just burying. He's wearing a suit and a top hat. Yo, Spice One. That's the giggity giggity gangsta. Ooh yeah! I couldn't believe what I was hearing though. I've never heard anything so brutal, and I've listened to Tupac. I've never heard almost a more brutal song. So I'm like, like this, the words that were spoken was scary, but it was the perfect song, and it was so undeniable. He was becoming, this is the start of becoming my most favorite rapper. He literally was taking everything over during these years. And, I couldn't order, I waited this whole day after I seen that video to just watch that video again, and it never came on, and I couldn't order it because I got in trouble with the box, ordering too much. So I was hanging out with my boy Dewan the next day, right? And I was like, and I brought that shit up. I was like, yo, this dude, Spice One, the stutter rap. And he looks at me and he goes, yo, dude. I'm like, what? He goes, I got the single, man. You could have it. I was like, all right, So up to this day, I don't know why he gave me the single. I wouldn't have gave it up, but maybe it's because his dad's a reverend, and Spice One really isn't the. I don't. If you love church, you're gonna hate some Spice One. That's all I gotta say. He is fucking vicious. Like, the shit he says in these songs make you laugh, but they're fucking cruel. If there was ever somebody that ever did anything and everything Spice One did, there'd be a lot of dead motherfuckers in this world.
Hell yeah!
That being said, we get back, and I'm in heading, I get that CD, and we hang out the rest of the day, and I run home. I run home because I fucking run. I run home and put that shit in, and I'm like, bam! Get this stuttering rap, right? And I'm like, oh shit, he's got an instrumental on this. I'm like, all right, let's get that instrumental going. And when he beats that beat, dude, I'm still in love with Dumping Them in Ditches to this day. And then there was an explicit version. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, put it on. I'm fucking telling you that it's a 100. Okay, maybe it's not 100%. It really is. It's literally a whole new fucking song. I could not believe the shit that I heard. It was straight the fuck up nasty, and I loved it more. I don't even know how. I'm not a gangster going and shooting people and all this shit. I don't live that life. But it appealed to me. And not appealed to me like that I wanted that. It was just good rap, great beats. So let's throw this down. For me, I immediately fell in love with him. I went and got his first CD, Spice One. And of course I had 187 he wrote, which 187 wrote. He tells a story about alcohol, man. Like, how do you do it? How do you go? Cooling on the corner with the cellular phone. You could tell that the East Bay was his home. More male than the rest of the pushers, because he got a Tech 9 in the bushes. And that's how his shit was handled. First name Jack, last name Daniels. Had a boy named E and J. E had the 9, the J, the AK. Clocked on street, then hit a C.
Ooh, yeah!
Too much. So I have these two CDs. I'm in rap heaven. I'm listening to Tupac. I'm listening to Spice One. And then he fucking releases America's Nightmare. Like, what? And right from the fucking go, E40, Tupac, Method Man, Amp Banks, all on this CD. A few other guys, like, whoa, what? From the go, him and his song with E40, D-Boys Got Love For Me. You want to hear a fucking lethal song? He comes out that second verse and goes, I'm gonna chuck a dead body on your motherfucking lawn. Like, you gonna chuck a dead body on my motherfucking lawn? Whoa. That's some serious ass shit. He was talking about bringing the pain to somebody. Like, fucking chuck it. He already did. He apparently wanted to carry him to you and throw him on your fucking lawn. And he said, this one time, this other thing, he was just rapping. He goes, walk across the party, pistol whip a dude. Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? And so for years, my friends, I got a bunch of my friends. My brother fell in love with him. My boy Brian fell in love with him. My boy John, my best man in my wedding, he fell in love with him. And then later on in life, I got my brother-in-law in this shit. Like, it really fucking appealed to him, right? So, then we get past America's Nightmare, and you get fucking you get the Black Blessed Lady, and then Immortalized. What? And we didn't even talk about Hard to Kill with the Method Man on America's Nightmare. Like on the Black Bussolini, which I fucking love. Like, I fucking love Black Bussolini. It starts out with Thug and Me. Yo, Yeah, Thug and Me is a badass song, and I love the way he goes. I push the metal to the Chevy Heavy. I jump the Chevy Heavy in the game. About 5 different ghetto names. I'm a little rusty, because I can't listen all the time with my kid and shit like that. But that's what happened. So like all my friends kind of got out, and I mean sometimes again his raps were brutal, but sometimes you would spit whatever you're drinking out of your fucking mouth. You would literally spit it out because you're like, what? You just fucking said that. Yeah, he said that, right? So then my brother-in-law comes around, and he gets a Stratus RT, puts a system in it. It was just like 5-6 years rewounded, but guess what? Spice One was still releasing music. This is when he came out with Spiceberg Slim, and then he came out with The Truth, and he had this song. It was called Candy on later things, and he did it just like 187 Proof, where he made candies. So he's talking about Cherry Clans getting split by shit like that. It's so funny. Go listen to Spice One Candy. He has 2 versions of it. Don't listen to the newer one, the remixed, re-edited version. That's just you gotta go listen to the original. The beat's fucking weird, and he's like, I feel good about candy.
Hell yeah!
And then he's like, he's like, I want a now and later. Oh man, it's crazy. But for 3 decades, he survived being shot himself when he fell asleep in the car. He's putting out great music. He just put out 2 more CDs in the last 3 years. Go listen to Cash Flow with me. And he talks to you. They took his look in Menace to Society for O-Dog because he was supposed to play that part. He was going to play that part. He interviewed for that part, whatever. I don't know. But I will tell you this. O-Dog looked just like Spice One when he was in the Murder Show with MC8. And I love MC8. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get that CMT shit. You know what I'm talking about. And that he's the original pain bringer. He just doesn't. He's highly controversial. You like church, you ain't gonna like Spice One. Maybe you don't like that type of rap, but I did, and I don't know how. It just grew on me, and hopefully it grows on you. Give Spice One a chance. I know you know Tupac. I know you know Method Man. I know you know Tretch and Naughty by Nature, but you need to go check some Locksmith too, and go check out King Lost. King Lost is pretty badass too. So I want to say thank you for listening to this. This was just great. It was good to talk this out, get a 7-minute episode into a lot more time, 42 minutes of it, and that's what it's about. So let's do things that make me a jerk. Number 1, yeah, I'm a jerk. I drive around with Spice One at top volume. I don't give a fuck. You listen to it. You can pull up. You can pull back. Usually my cars are too loud. You can't run from it. And you're going to hear how he's choking every motherfucker out in this world or putting a gun to them, or he's flipping this, or he's eating candy, or he's drinking 187 proof, or he's puffing. He got a song, how he calls it the Bossolini blunt. And then you get into his newer gears where he was with MC8. Yo, go check out Revenge. Revenge is a motherfucker. And that beat too. Oh, I mean, even the first one, the Pioneer CD. You can't get enough of Spice One if you really love that music, because he's just so good. The collabs, the beats, he's just always done it for me. And that's what it is. So, I told you I'm the craziest. And no matter what, if you want to hit him up or carry a strap on the side, always know that cash rules everything around me. And if you have a special lady in your life and you can relate to the changes in the world, tell yourself it's on. In which you should always remember to bring the pain. That's how we do it. You get that one, and that's how we're going to end this. You want things that make me a jerk? I can do this all night long. But ultimately, I put it there just like that because my top 5 is my top 5. And it's because of longevity for Spice One, how he's been able to put it. It's the impact that Tretch, Method Man, and Tupac had on me during these years. And it's what Locksmith and Spice One have carried to this day. That's why I don't like new rap. I got my favorite rapper still making rap. I'm lucky. I'm happy.
Hell yeah!
And that's why. We bring the pain! Oh yeah, everybody catch me next week, then. Yeah!
Splashes of fire.
Ooh, yeah!